Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have the singer Dyonisio. Dyonisio is from Cancún in Mexico, but he lives in Los Angeles in the USA. So let's see what Dyonisio has to say. Enjoy the interview.
Hi, Liam. How are you?
I'm very well, how are you, Dyonisio?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me over today.
It's a pleasure, the pleasure is all mine. Okay, Dyonisio. So, just before we start the game, just tell me where you're from.
So I am from Cancun. I've been living in the United States for 3 years,
Okay.
but I am originally from Mexico, Cancun.
Oh wow! So, what's the reason why you moved to LA?
Well, I've been doing music since I was 16. I've been participating in different reality shows. I was part of a boy band when I was like 16, 17. And I did all the reality thing for a little bit. Then I started my solo career when I was like 22. And I had a residency in a casino in Mexico, Casino Live. And that was like my last big show in Mexico. And then it came a point where I was like, music is what makes me feel sparks. And if I don't give it a try as big as I can, I am going to regret it. So I sell everything that I had, I quit my job and moved to LA without knowing anyone. I didn't really know what I was gonna do in Los Angeles, but I knew that I had a dream and that I was young, and the worst that I could happen is that I failed, and I don't think it's a fail when you try.
Absolutely, I totally agree with you. I think when you try something, whatever you do in life, I think it's already achievement. So whatever you try, it's a biggest achievement already. And so tell me a little bit about your singing career then, Dyonisio.
Well, so as I said, I got started like when I was a teenager in different reality shows, and the thing is that I would never won. Like I would participate in all the shows, and I would made it through the finals, and then the judges would tell me things like, your voice is so unique, it's so soft, but we're seeking for something different, something like Alejandro Fernandez, which is like an amazing Mexican singer that I really like, but his singing style is completely different. It is like one of these big voices, and I don't know. I grew up listening Airbnb, Michael Jackson, Hanson brothers, and this type of influences really stay with me. So my singing style is more soft. And right now, moving to LA, like I realized that having a different voice, it is something really nice to happen.
Very good, very good. Okay, Dyonisio, so welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I've got here... Here my lovely box full of random fun questions, okay? So what I'm going to do now, I'm just gonna play some music just for us to get a bit in the mood before the first question. Ready?
All right, perfect.
Right, Dyonisio, let's go for the first question. Ready?
Okay, perfect.
Let's do it. So the first question is, what is the nicest thing a family member has ever done for you?
Well, my mom, she left Mexico when I was like a teenager still, in order to move to the United States for work, and she would work here like for 5 years to help me to have a college career. So she would be like working here and far away from everything and everyone, just like sending money back there, like to help me with that. And she has been like my biggest fan and my biggest supporter, like since I was a kid. She would be like, there is no limits, you can do anything you want, and you just be perseverant and keep doing your thing and do it with your heart. So I think that's the nicest thing that someone has done for me, to be able to, you know, be so selfless in order to help another person to reach their dreams.
Absolutely, my God, that's beautiful. And do you have sisters and brothers as well?
I have two older brothers. I am the youngest of three boys, and they are also very excited about my music career and my the launching of my new album. They they are very supportive and loving. They live back in Mexico.
Very good. And they like singing as well?
No, they don't. Well, maybe they do it like on the shower, but I would say that the music part comes from my dad's side. He used to play guitar and loved to sing, like in front of a crowd in a party. He was very social, and I guess I get my music side from him.
Very good, very good. Right, let's go for the second question. Let's do it. Right, just before the next question, tell me a little bit about your album Taste of Love.
Well, Taste of Love, it is my first studio album. I work mainly with three amazing producers here in Los Angeles: Kilian Cruiser, Chris Garcia, and Gianni Anastos. And well, Taste of Love, as the name says, it is how love has taste for me. You know, I wrote all the songs in the album.
Wow.
And in the cover, as you can see in the cover, I come out naked. And when people ask me, especially back home, being a conservative place, they are like, "But why are you naked in your cover?" And I would say, like, you know, for me, it's how it feels. Like writing all the songs and just putting out how I feel about love, how love has been for me. It is a very personal experience, and to share it with everyone, it's kind of vulnerable. So I wanted the cover to be congruent with what I was feeling already. And well, Taste of Love is a very like chill album. I would say that it's a combination of pop with R&B and Latin flavor. Half of the album is in English and half of the album is in Spanish. Because I really wanted like to communicate with my people, but also I am living in LA, and the United States has given me this amazing opportunity to develop the music into a next level. So I thought it was very important to do it bilingual since the beginning.
Very good point. I like that, actually. Very nice. Next question for you is, do you know anyone who is living their life to the fullest?
I have a lot of inspirations around, like when I moved to the United States, I made like new friends in different careers. I would say that one of these people is Adesh Kelsey. She was my yoga teacher. She is my yoga teacher. And I went to Hawaii for a teacher training with her. And, you know, I realized that you can be as happy as you want. It's a mindset. It's a mindset, and success is subjective for everyone. At the end of the day, it is about doing what you love and put all your heart on it without that much expectations, you know, like, which is kind of difficult, especially in the music industry, when you are like working so much in a project and then finally put it out. You kind of expect people to like it, honestly. But you know, the mere fact that my song can be heard in the UK or in Mexico or in the United States, and like that I can connect with this many people at the same time, I already won. You know, I already feel success, regardless what happens with the single.
Absolutely. Totally agree with you. Totally agree. Let's go for another question, Dyonisio. Let's do it. Right. Before the next question, tell me, what do you miss the most about Cancun?
The weather.
I knew it. I knew it.
You know, like growing there, I always joke with my friends here in the United States that it's kind of difficult to adapt to this new weather, and like the fact that there is not as much natural beauty. You know, living there is like being in vacations all the time, and it is just it is just what I miss the most, and my friends, of course. Like my friends, my family, they have always been like very supportive, and it is just different. The United States is different. I love it as well, but it is like a toucan living in the Arctic or in the North Pole. You know, for me sometimes it gets very cold.
I see. Great. Next question for you is, if you could stay any age for the rest of your life, what age would you choose and why?
You know, I like vampire movies, but I wouldn't like to be young forever because I think every life stage has taught me something very important, and I have enjoyed every single life stage. You know, I enjoyed when I was a teenager, an early adult, and I am really enjoying my 30s. So I don't want to stop. I want to get to the point where my hair is all white and where maybe I have like grandkids, or you know, like I don't really want to stay in a specific age. I want to evolve naturally and not attached to any of those stages.
Very good. Good one. Ready for another question?
Yes.
Let's do it. Okay, Dyonisio, just before the next question, tell me a little bit about this boy band that you've been part of it in the past.
Well, I was actually in two different bands. The first one, the name was Dysnomia, and we were like two male singers and four female singers. It was inspired a little bit like in ABBA. We were all around the age 15 to 17, and it was very fun. It actually one of my former members of the band, he made it through a major reality show. He's a well-known singer now in Cancun. His name is Aaron Manzanero, and like we still be friends. He actually reached like a few weeks ago to give me his best wishes for the album release, and it was a very nice experience. The second one, the name was Aura Azul. And I was the only singer, the front singer of the band, and the rest were musicians. So I really learned about live shows with this one. You know, we did a lot of live shows, we did touring, we had a single in the radio that had a video, and people really liked it. So it was all about learning how to connect with your band members and just to have fun while doing music, you know, because otherwise what's the point of doing music if you're not having fun? So the two bands were very important for my development, but launching my solo career was like definitely what I was looking forward to.
Good one. Next question is, what things do you consider to be relationship deal breakers?
Okay, someone that doesn't have sense of humor.
Yeah.
Like I really love people with sense of humor. I like to have fun. I like to feel safe and chill in a space, in a relationship. So for me, drama is a deal breaker.
True. Very good. Okay, Dyonisio, let's go to another question for you. Let's do it. By the way, very good video clip. I watched it already twice and I was like, wow, that's amazing. Very well created, you know, the performing, everything, the singing, everything. That's perfect.
Thank you so much. It was so challenging, technically challenging to perform that video clip because, well, Leo Madrid, the director of the video, was like definitely doing magic with our resources. But as you can see, there is a water, like rain scene during the whole video that is like very dramatic. And it was cold. It was at night, and I was very cold the whole time. We were 14 hours on set under the water, and to be perfectly honest, by the end I was like moody, and I didn't want to do it anymore. And he would just be like, "Just another shot, give me another shot." And it was fun. It is definitely an experience that is staying with me.
And in your opinion, what was the most challenging parts of creating the album? In your opinion, to put it out, what was the most challenging part of the process of it?
Well, like as a new artist, like because this is my first solo album, I I think the most challenging part was discover the whole process. Like because at the beginning you think, oh well, what I need to do is just to connect with amazing producers that can help me with this project, and that's it. And then you connect with the producers and they help you with the project, and you have these amazing songs, and you are like, okay, now what I'm gonna do with it, like, and then you need to go for the visuals, and then you start the marketing campaign, and like, I think as an independent artist, it's very important for me to share the process with other artists that are like trying to do the same, because if we help each other, it is easier. It is just easier. And I receive a lot of help of other fellow artists that now are like really, really nice friends of mine, just because they love art, and we like to see each other glowing. So that was a very challenging part, to discover the whole process by myself.
Great, cool. Next question for you is, I think this one, I might skip this one, but let's see. What's the best and the worst part of living in Los Angeles?
Okay, well, the best part is how talented is everyone. Everybody that lives in Los Angeles was too good for their own hometowns, So there is a lot of people that has crazy talent in music, that they play every instrument, they produce, they songwrite, they sing beautifully, and the worst part would be precisely because of that everybody is looking for the next best thing, So I would say it is a sweet and sour experience to live in Los Angeles, but I really love it. It feels like home now.
It's interesting saying that, because I had two guests on the show from LA, but both of them they're actors, and they kind of or say the same thing as well. There's so many artists around in LA, a lot of people, and yes, I think, and one thing, I think LA is the best place to be. Who wants to be an artist, who want to be visible, or want to create some things? Is LA one of the best spots in United States, in your opinion?
Well, I would say LA and New York, but New York is too cold for me. So I was like, LA is the place to be. And Hollywood is here. So there is a lot of opportunities to go to have gigs and venues that help you to gain exposure for your music.
Oh. Enjoy the show so far?
Yes, yeah. So much. Thank you. These are great questions.
Good. Let's go for another one. Okay, Dyonisio, just before the next one, tell me a funny story that happened to you when you were touring or singing in your boy bands, or any other when you were performing any other time in your career.
Well, okay. There's tons of it, especially in live shows. When I am rehearsing for a live show, I know that the rehearsals need to come at 100%, because live it's always gonna be 80%. There is always some factors that are going to be against you. The weather, the nerves. Sometimes you're gonna be nervous. Your dancers are gonna be nervous, and you just have to learn to navigate all of that. So in 2019, I did the Downtown LA Proud Festival, and it was probably one of the biggest venues that I have ever performed. So I was very nervous, and I was going to perform. I did perform two songs, and there was a costume change. Like at some point I had to like remove the jacket and like a costume change. Well, it went so bad. Like the microphones fall, and like the dancers were like super nervous, and like at the end I was like, let's just do this with the same clothes. Let's just keep going. The show must keep going. But you cannot stop. That's the great thing about the live performances. They taught you that the show must go on. You know, the show must go on regardless.
Very good. Next question for you is, what can makes you really angry?
Rudeness. Rudeness makes me angry, and especially, you know, like, there is no need to be rude. I think, and I talk about it like in my music. I have a song, the name is Alone, and it talks about it. It talks about like human connection and rediscovering that we are all the same thing. Like, we are all the same matter. We are made of the same materials, and what happens and impacts negatively to one human being, it's definitely going to affect the other. So kindness, to me, it's one of the highest signs of intelligence.
Good one. I agree with you totally. Next question. Right. Before the next one, tell me, how old were you when you realized I was born to be a singer? When was that? For some reason, what happened to you? And who is your favorite singer ever?
Okay, that's a good one. So I knew it when I was 6 years old. Like, I was really young, and I was in probably elementary school, and I remember that a signature that the teacher gave us one day was like to learn a song and to sing it in front of the group. And everybody was like shy about it. They didn't want to do it. And my mom taught me a little song for kids, you know, that was talking about like a flower and the sun and the rain. It was like a really cute song. I still remember it in Spanish. And I went and sang for my classmates. And everybody was enjoying it so much. You know, they clapped a lot, they got excited, they asked me to sing again. And I had the feeling of bringing joy to someone's heart through music. And therefore I was like, oh wow, I want to keep doing this for life. I want to keep bringing joy to people's heart and connecting with their emotions through my music. So I was really young when that happened. And yeah, I would say that's when I knew. What was the other part of the question, sorry?
And who is your biggest idol in the as a singer?
Well, as a Latin American singer, I do have a lot of like big icons that have been around in my music career, like since I am a kid. Luis Fonsi, Ricky Martin, Enrique Iglesias, like they were all strong influences for what I'm doing with my music project. But then I moved to the United States and started like learning more about R&B and hip hop and urban music. And right now, The Weeknd is one of my favorite singers. I think he's fantastic. Miguel is also like his singing style. I love it. Michael Jackson, Adele, like all of them, they are really great role models for me in the type of singer that I would like to become.
Very good. Next question for you is, tell us about your first kiss and your first love.
My first kiss and my first love, oh my God. So, I was probably 13 years old, and she was my best friend. She was like 2 years younger, probably. So we were kids, you know, like 11 and 13. We were playing. I don't know, like we grew up together. Like her name is Brenda. She's still my friend nowadays. She lives in Playa del Carmen, and we were playing, but she was always really bold. You know, like she would be like the one initiating all like these ball games. And yeah, I remember my first kiss, like it was so sloppy, so foolish, like our teeth breaking against each other. It was just fun. My first love, that's a good one. I don't know. I was 19. He was older. Like it was actually like the first time that I dated a guy, and he was probably like 6 years older. He was just playing, you know, he was fooling around. There's a song in the album about that. it only made it 6 months. Like we were together for 6 months, but it was so intense, like it was so intense that I don't know, I would say that was my first love experience. It was like very sour, and I discovered that sometimes gay boys are super mean.
Yeah. Yes, I think as well. I remember you saying about age as well. One of my first loves as well was the same time as well. And you get so involved. You think like, oh my God, this is the best love of my life. You're gonna be forever together, and it doesn't work like that sometimes. It's just, it's just a teenager love. I would call it
It's the teenage love, but it's always intense, but it gives you great material for songs. Like I realized that the worse the experience, the best the songs.
There's always a positive side of it in the end of the end of the story. There's always something you can come up of it.
Exactly.
Next question, Dyonisio. Right, next question for you is, where do you want to be in 10 years' time?
Retired. I'm kidding. No, I want to be helping other artists to produce their music. So when I got started here in LA, I started as a songwriter. I would write a song for my great friend and mentor, Emmanuel Giela. He's an amazing artist, and I helped to write a few songs for his studio album, his second studio album. And he would always encourage me, like, do your own album, like release your own music, just go for it, have no fear, like you never know what it may happen. And so I would say that was like the moment that I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna put together an album, I'm going to release it and see what happens, like, because you never know if you never try. And that was like the biggest lesson here, I would say.
Very good. Another question for you. Right, next question for you is, what is the weirdest food combination you ever tried?
The weirdest food combination? Well, in Mexico, especially in the south, we like have a lot of Mayan influence. My grandma was Mayan actually, and like she would speak in Mayan and everything, and therefore like they try pre-Hispanic food. Like for example, there's this big lizard in Cancun, like the name is toloc, and they make tamales with those. It's like lizard tamales. So you would think it would taste funny or weird, but it actually tastes like chicken. So I recommend to everyone that visits to try it.
Very good. Another question.
Okay.
Right, next question for you.
Okay.
Right, who was your favorite teacher and why you consider that?
My favorite teacher. Okay, so in college, I had a teacher. His name is Galo Carrillo. He's an amazing architect. I went for architecture in college, right. And he would be like so supportive, like, and you can tell he loved to teach. He was a great architect, don't get me wrong, but his real vocation was in teaching. So you can tell how he would guide you through the most difficult processes in a very almost like fatherish kind of way. He would be like, this is just a stage. This is temporary. There is no situation that lasts forever. And therefore, learn to enjoy even the hardship of life. And I remember, and that lesson kind of stick with me, like, even nowadays, like when I was developing the music album, and at some moments I was like, okay, I can't do this. Like, I'm just gonna go back to Mexico and keep working in architecture or see what I do, but to don't give up and to realize that everything is temporary, like if you keep doing your thing, eventually it's going to lead you somewhere.
Very good. Dyonisio, I have 3 questions left for you, okay?
Okay, perfect.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
My God, I can imagine you cold in this video clip. My God, must be so freezing with this light clothes.
It was so cold. It was so cold, and it was challenging in every way. This is only my second video clip as a solo artist, and well, you have to be a one-man army. You know, like when you're not supported by a label, you just have to make it happen, and therefore, like, it is a lot of hard work and a lot of like situations that are beyond your control, but you have to learn to flow with it, you know.
Absolutely. Work hard, yeah. Play hard and work hard, always.
Yeah.
Right. Good question. If you're not yourself, would you like to be yourself, and why?
Yes, I would definitely like to be myself again. And this is a new thing, you know. Like this answer would have been different probably the last 5 years, because growing up queer in a conservative country, it is very challenging, because somehow you have to portray something that you are not in order to be safe, like for the first 20 years of your life. And then like you grow up and you just say to the rest of the world. at least that was for me. But yes, I would like to be myself again, because even though I have gone through hardships, I think that the experience that my soul is getting out of like the music and like all the process to move to a new country and develop a music album with the finest professionals in the field, it has changed me forever. And even if I die tomorrow, like I feel that I already, like I did accomplish what my soul wanted in this lifetime, that it was like to have a music project and share it with the world, you know. Like, look at you, you are in the UK, we are like miles away. I have ever been in your beautiful country, and you still listening to my music. So
yeah,
there is no other feeling like that.
It's very interesting you saying that, Dyonisio, because you made me. I told my friends 4 years ago, when I brought my mom from Brazil for the very first time. So it was her very first time in Brazil, in a plane. Her very first time she saw the sea in her life. The very first time she traveled abroad. And you just said something now that stuck to my head. I said to my friends, if I'll die like tomorrow, I'll go happy. Just that I saw my mom's face, the way she seen, you know, this beauty around, and she never like been on a plane before, and all the experience she had for her 51st birthday. So for me, like when you said that about to die tomorrow, straight away came this phrase to my mind, because I told my friends, if I would go tomorrow, I would go happy. I would go really, really happy. Just that's I had the pleasure to see my mom, her beautiful face, just kind of appreciation, all these new things that she was doing at the time. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's amazing that you had the opportunity to give your mom that experience, and that feeling is like no other. To be like, you know, I could die tomorrow, and I am fine. You know, like, not that I want to die. I love life.
Of course. Yeah. It was the very first time when I had this feeling. I remember that when you said that, straight away came to this memory in my life. It was the first time when I had this feel. Okay, if I'm ready to go, I could go, and I would be happy.
Accomplishment.
Yes, yes, absolutely. 2 questions left.
Okay.
For the next question, did you always have the support of your family being gay?
I don't want to burn anyone, because like they were acting from where they knew in the moment, and I know there is a lot of like prejudice. There was a lot of prejudice back then, and as I said, religion really everything, you know, because they misunderstand spirituality, that it's all about inclusiveness and love and like finding the other as your equal, besides these stupid and strict rules of what you are supposed to do in order to be graceful in God's eyes. So it took a while. I would say that the only one that was always down was my mother. Like, she had a hard time a little bit. I came out when I was 16, and I had girlfriends before, you know, like I had girlfriends during high school, and like I even after coming out, like I did have a few girlfriends. Like, you know, and she was surprised. She was like, but wait, like you just had a girlfriend, like what happened, blah blah blah. So it took her by surprise. But she was supportive and loving, and she did her best effort to understand, because even though for her was something like completely different, a different experience, she doesn't have like any gay friends or anything like that, but she started to reading like books about like being gay and being the parent of someone gay, and she took therapy in order to understand me better. So it was a very nice thing to do, because I realized like, oh, when you truly love someone, you are willingly to see reality through their eyes, you know, to be empathetic, and that was a very nice thing. But the rest of my family, like especially the men, it was a thing. It was a thing. Like to be gay, there was still like a little bit of toxic masculinity back then, and that has changed with time. And I am very happy to say that nowadays everybody in my family loves what I'm doing, loves me as a queer artist, and like they are just very proud. They are very proud, and they understand that we are all different. You know.
Very good. Very good.
Yes.
I know what you mean, like Latin, I'm not from Brazil, Latino, know what I mean, this macho man, you know, where you be raised, like as a man, you know, you got that.
Yeah.
Okay, next question for you is, how would you describe a perfect friendship?
Perfect friendship. So, I would say there is no perfect friendship, because we are not perfect, you know, like we're gonna here and there, all of us. I make mistakes. My friends make mistakes, my family makes mistakes, and I would say like the great part of it is to grow together out of it. So I see my friends as beautiful mirrors, and a great opportunity to find new areas of opportunity in myself. You know, like when I get impatient or exasperated with one of my friends, like then I just look inside and I am like, okay, I must be exactly the same in a different situation. You know, like I must be the one that it's late here and there, or the one that it's annoying when it's drunk, or you know, like so I don't think there is a perfect friendship, but if the other person is down for you, then I'm down for them. You know, like because it's about growing together.
Totally agree with you. Okay, Dyonisio, ready for the last one?
Yes, I am.
Let's do it. Let's go for the last question. Last question is, if you could have been in a moment, event in history, which one would be and why?
Okay, I think honestly, like everybody complains about our current times, right? Like the COVID and like the economy and blah blah blah. But I think we are living in one of the best moments of history. You know, like I am very passionate about ancient Egypt and Greek culture. You know, my stage name is Dyonisio, and like he's a Greek god. And I would like to explore living there, but then I think like about the wars and about how people would like kill each other like so easily without legal consequences. and I think I am just safer living here, you know? I wouldn't like to live in any other moment of time. Maybe like for a day I would like to be in Greece or Egypt, and only last like as a high paid citizen, you know, like as the emperor or a pharaoh, who knows, but I wouldn't like to be there in another scenario.
Good, very good. Right, let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away some words and you just tell me one word that comes to your mind. Okay, quick thinking.
Okay, perfect.
Let's start with family.
Love.
Money.
Power.
Love.
Taste of love.
Good one. Life.
Journey.
Sex.
God.
Politics.
Sucks.
Religion.
Confusing.
Fear.
To nothing.
Friendship.
Inconditionality.
desire?
Fire.
Regrets?
Non-regrets.
Success?
Personal journey.
Good one. Wish?
Happiness and world peace.
How about music?
Life.
If I tell you Cancun, one word.
Home.
Right? And the last
Yes.
one now. Taste of love, one word.
It's amazing.
Very good. Right, let's...
Love is just what moves us all. If we know it or not, like love is our deep inspiration in everything. So that's why I choose that name for the album, because without love, without all the sour and bitter and sweet experiences that come with it, like I wouldn't have got this inspiration to get this far, you know? So love is very important.
Very good. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your best friends for a cup of tea, and I'm going to ask your best friend. Define Dyonisio in one positive and one negative words. What do you think would be?
Okay, the good thing, they would say it's perseverance. I would say that they think I am very perseverant. And the bad thing, it's kind of the same, but it's stubbornness. Like,
can be a good thing. Being stubborn can be a good thing if you put it the right way, you know?
yes, exactly. It's all about how you canalize that same energy, because it's the same energy, perseverance and stubbornness, but
Yep.
one comes with anger and the other doesn't.
Right. Let's play now, Dyonisio and the magic box, and you can ask me a question, okay? Okay, you can ask me a question now.
Okay, which was your favorite song of the album?
Right, this one. Treat me bad, treat me bad. Yes, this one I like actually. It's very, as you said, as I mentioned before, you know, it's a kind of melodic as well, and a bit dancing, a bit rap as well. So you get the whole kind of different of sounds and moves in one song.
Yeah,
I quite like it. I like that.
I got that comment like before, that it's like a very rich song, and like it shows off different things that my voice can do in the same song. So I'm glad you like it. Treat Me Bad. It's the second release of this album, and it talks about like one of these relationships that you are back and forth, and like you just go back because you want to keep treating bad the other person, but in a sexy way, you know, like it is a very sexy song. So.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And now that I know that was cold, you're so brave, that was kind of full of water around, it made it even better.
Yes. It was really bold.
Dyonisio, did you have a good time?
I did. Thank you so much. This has been a lovely interview. I deeply appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thanks for taking your time to do the interview with me.
That is so sweet. Thank you so much. Like, I deeply appreciate that you reached and like you got interest in like my music project. And
Absolutely.
you know, I think people just can feel when you are doing it with your all heart. I am fully invested in this project, and like I like the music personally, so I just wanted to share with you guys and like to see what happens.
Very good, very good. So I keep you posted when our interview goes live, and yeah, we'll keep in touch now. Okay? Thank you very much for the interview. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure. Have a beautiful day.
You too. Bye bye. Take care. Ciao.
Ciao.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first subscribe to our channel, and after that just go to our website www.williamandthemagicbox.com and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show, and I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.